Oh, this you crazy mother.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this iRacing event here on the Broadcasting Network. We are here at Talladega tonight for the chase number 3, round of 8. This is the Eliminator. This is it going into the round of 6. And here is your current chase standings. You have Doug Hess and Andrew Melvin locked into the round of 6. Followed by points is Justin Michael, Jason O'Connor, Will Proulx, Josh Eads, Christian Snyder, and Michael Leiby. So, unfortunately, Michael Leiby has not shown up. He will be automatically disqualified from the round of 6. So right now, Christian has to win in order to move on to the round of 6. If he does not win, Josh Sheets will move on and Christian will be knocked out. And in the booth with me tonight, I have a very special guest. We have James Lehman in here tonight. Welcome to the broadcast booth.
Thank you, Scotty.
Glad to have you in here tonight. I'm not sure where Todd Gillie is, but hopefully he shows up later on. If not, well, at least I have you in here, and I know you're doing RC as well.
Yeah, should be a fun night. Super Speedway's always put on a good show.
Yeah, I hope so. Watching the practice there, seeing these guys go 3 wide, quite amazing out there. You know, you got people, in this league that can run like that very easily.
Yeah, for sure. There's some people that need more practice, and then some people that could sit there 3 wide for the entire race. It's just a lot of practice to put it to the easiest terms.
Exactly. Now, with the air temperature being 77 degrees, the track temperature is 104. I don't think their tires are going to get too cooked here tonight because of the fact that the fuel run is only 20 laps. So, do you think some guys will take 2, or do you think everybody will take 4?
I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of people that just grab fuel and go, to be honest, for at least the first 2 stops. Only 20 lap fuel runs. You're going to see people hitting at least 4 times. Sorry, at least 3 times a night. I would say no tires first 2 stops, and the last stop do a 4 or 2.
Well, it is 65 laps, so yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't know if these guys will be able to make a green flag run or not. We've got Dee, which is Braden's girlfriend, in here saying hey to us, and good luck everyone, and Tyler Pluff in here saying hey as well, good luck to all. High speed chess match. And I think I just heard the broadcast door open again. Is that Todd Gillie?
It is Todd, man. Finally showed.
Todd, is your mic plugged in?
He's probably eating.
It's all good. I know it's a little ways to get here, so. We have 32 people racing tonight. Well, 31 because you're RC, so that's quite outstanding. One of the higher end, the higher attendance races that we've seen this season.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's see if we can get technical difficulties fixed. Todd, you got a copy? Tyler Plus says, hey D, great skiing. Hopefully I can get a look at it. And it is the Moana scheme with the Vegas Strong. And I actually saw her post it earlier on the lounge. So, it's a freaking pretty good movie as well. I know my my relatives, my nieces and nephews love it, so. Christian Snyder, the man that has to win here tonight in order to move on. Fortunately, he missed the first 2 races, so that's going to be basically a go home. Mm-hmm. Now, what are your guys' takes on here tonight as far as the front runners go?
I think the people that need to win or need the points to stay in the chase, I think they're going to try to stay up towards the front for most of the race. Now, for the people that know they're guaranteed locked in, no matter if they wreck out or finish outside the top 20, I feel like they're gonna play it safe and race in the back for a little while, and just race the track before they start racing other people first.
Hopefully we see that here tonight. I mean, if these guys can go at least 1 green flag run, I'll be really happy with that.
I expect these guys to do pretty good. I haven't personally raced with anybody here on a super speedway. This would be my first time ever watching these guys on a super speedway, so it should be interesting to see the kind of talent it is and see who's the masters at the super speedway.
Well, I'm looking at the replays here, and these guys are going not way below, but below the yellow line, putting in laps.
Not supposed to do that.
And right now, as of this qualifying round, Bubba May is your leader. So Bubba, if he still stays leader, he'll get the extra point here tonight, which is good because he's been running really great up front with the rest of these guys. Still no. Oh, Todd's light came on.
He's trying.
I'm really surprised that out of his top 10, only 4 are chase contenders. Qualifying should just be ending here in probably about 10 seconds. Oh, I heard something.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, man.
There we go.
All right. Now all I got to do is get the racetrack up.
Gotta thank the technical support on that.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
So Bubba May will lead this pack off here tonight. That's interesting to see. He's only been with ECR a very short time, but this guy's fast. I mean, we've seen him up front a lot of these races. Now, as long as he can keep it calm and keep people behind him, at least for a little bit, he should be good. Tyler Pluff says it may take a few cautions, but they could get a run or two. Not sure if we want to see green flag stops. Yeah, that might be a little iffy. Tell you, we're here Wednesday in the Cup Series, so that's going to be quite the race to see as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And don't forget to check that over on the Ford Entertainment Group YouTube page. The link is in the description below. We are there in ECR on Wednesday nights, starting right around like 9:15 p.m. Eastern.
Alright. Don't forget about the Beeline series now, man.
No, Beeline series is tomorrow, and I do believe we are at Charlotte.
Yeah, sadly.
Ought to be a good race, though. I mean, we went green flag last week in Cup, so...
It should be a good race. I mean, there's a couple of us that are going to be racing that were in a must-win situation, like me, Sushi, Ken, a couple of us.
Yeah, there's a lot of you on the cusp.
Yep, it sucks. I'm hoping we have a big field turnout, so it helps us even more.
Well, hopefully, by the time you guys get some practice and everything, be able to run very good out there.
Oh yeah, Charlotte's one of my best tracks, so I'm going in there and I'm going for the win either way.
And because hopefully, and because you mentioned the Beeline series, it is going to be back here tomorrow night at the same time, same place. And see these Beeline guys, which is the Xfinity car, see these guys run around Charlotte and hopefully have a good race.
Yeah, you're going to see a couple of us push those cars to the limit that night.
I hope so. That's what, when we get good green flag racing like that, that's what we hope to see out here in ECR. We've been pretty confident on the cautions as far as limiting them quite a bit.
Yeah, I first started racing here back in like week 6. It was, caution left and right. But now, since we're getting towards the end of the season, it's all starting to clear up. And I'm really liking it because I hope the next season is just as good as this end of the season's getting.
Yeah, we're getting down to the very ending point right here. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in these next couple rounds of the chase. Now, Todd, as long as your mic's still working, hopefully it is.
I think I'm with you.
Awesome. All right. What are your predictions here tonight with 65 laps? It's a 20-lap fuel run, so...
Well, if they stay big pack and people keep their heads about them, and they'll pack drive, not so much pack race. The difference. Then we'll have a good race, and then it'll come down to a big shootout at the end. If not, it'll be a wreck fest, and if nobody has any patience, it'll be a wreck fest. I hope we don't see that. I'm hoping our guys will just line up, work the draft, and see who's fast.
I was watching practice earlier, and these guys were going 3 wide right from the restart in practice when they're doing pit parties. So
I expect to see 3 wide within the first 3 laps, to be honest. There's going to be somebody to pop it out and get the third lane going.
Well, with that said, the pace car is rolling down pit road, and we are green flag racing here tonight at Talladega.
Green, green, green.
I did not expect that. I figured he would have started early.
Yeah, me too.
That's the only reason why I called it out like that.
Sorry to be behind the curve, boys. Track's loading. I'll be there in a minute.
Awesome.
Hey, no worries.
I know you got a busy life, so it's all good. I'm just glad you're here.
God, I hardly have time to even touch iRacing anymore. I've been like living in a tornado.
Right?
Man, after November, I'm probably not going to be on iRacing for almost 3 months.
Wow.
Going away.
I gotta do a lot of fields in the Army, and then we're going to NTC for a month, so I won't see my computer for a month there. I'm gonna be a busy man. I ain't gonna have time.
Well, thank you for serving our country.
Hey, no problem.
For sure, dude.
And we also celebrate Breast Cancer Awareness Month here in ECR, as you guys see from the overlay. Month long, some of these guys have painted their vehicles to do so. I'm not seeing it so much here as I do in the Beeline and in the Cup Series, but we do have one guy out there with a bright pink truck, and that is Ed Adams in the 46, and you cannot miss him here tonight.
He's sticking out all the way in the back there. He just...
He's waiting. I think he's got advantage being back there, because if we do go green, these guys decide to short pit on lap 18 or 19, that will be it.
Yeah, to be honest, I expect some short pitting happening, at least. Like I would expect as early as lap 15, just to get off a sequence with everybody else. So we'll see.
Well, I think that it's a lot different here. If you're going to short pit, then you, let's say Dover or Bristol or anything other than one of these plate tracks. I think it's safe to say if you don't have a dance partner to come to pit road with you here, man, you're going to have a tough time.
I think it's not just a dance partner. I think if you don't have at least a group of 4 or 5 of you, it's kind of hard to actually pull away from a pack,
Oh yeah, I mean, you lose a draft here. We've all done it. I mean, it's almost impossible to catch up, unless you can catch a lap truck who's still fast. You know what I mean? And a couple of them get with you and help you get back to them, and then you can do it.
Well,
yeah, for sure.
You can see from this view that some of these guys in the back have lost that draft, and it's definitely hurting them here. I mean, we're only on lap 3, and Bubba May has led the entire race, but right now they're trying to push for that outside line, and Tyler says that outside line, the high line, should be getting some good runs out here as long as these guys stay committed to it.
Because the people on the bottom are pushing, and they're going to have to let off and put a gap between them to put some air, just like how the 93 is getting off of Bubba's bumper now, because he's probably already hot.
Yeah, that's the one thing you got to watch in this draft here. And Tyler says, bingo, Todd, on the getting off the sequence, better have Jansen partners.
Yeah, these super speedways are unique, you know what I mean, in that regard, where you just the 2-3 seconds, whatever you would gain over a short pit, man, you could lose it all, It doesn't go well as far as strategy goes. That front pack's looking pretty tight, man. They got it together up there. There seems like there's a lot of give and take going on up there.
Speaking of someone who's up front, we got Daniel Reese sitting in 5th right now. Usually he runs in the back, but I'm very excited to see him up front here in the Truck Series.
Oh, me too, man. Look at that 33 go.
And he's saying he wants to push everybody out of the way. He wants a lap.
Christian sitting up here at 9th, and we have a new leader, the number 22 here tonight. He ducked down from the top line, going right in front of Bubba May there on that last run through. Oh, a little bit of swapping out. I think these guys...
Yeah, they're just like, man, I'm going around you. Looks like we got some 3-wide action going on in the back. Oh, never mind. They put it back to 2.
I think it's a little too early to be going 3 wide here.
I'm looking at Lattimore back there, and they're about 3 wide, a couple rows back there.
They are 3 wide, 1 row back in the back of this first pack.
And Andrew Melvin's on that outside. He's locked in, though.
Oh, here we go. It's going to get live now, man. There's going to form 3 lines up here in the front right now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how this works out.
Oh, man, the 08, the 48, and the 76.
They get some more people up there on the top lane, they'll be able to get right up there with those leaders. 2 people can't really do it.
Tyler's saying it's getting dicey a little too early, and as you saw, Lattimore almost lost it coming out of corner number 3.
Well, you get in the middle of there, and there's air, but it's not the air you're used to, and it's pushing you back and forth, you know what I mean?
That ass end starts wiggling. You can't really control it too much.
Yeah, you know, you start moving forward, then they're dragging the ass of the truck around. The car on the outside, he's pulling the outside around. The guy in the front's putting air on the bow. It gets to be a mess. And Lattimore ain't going to lift.
No. He will push way too early. And now Tyler Plus is getting dicey too early in 3 wide, way too early. It is. I mean, these guys got 13 laps till they can go until they run out of fuel. But well, it depends also how hard they're pushing in the draft too, because that's gonna be a big factor on fuel consumption. And Bubba May is looking to get back into that lead if he can drop down in front of Hunsinger. I don't think he wants to leave the 93 of Hank Allen, in the dust.
I think he's going to stick with his partner right there. His partner in crime.
Hank Allen can drive too, man. Him and Bubba May, if they stay together in this, they'll be something to try and beat here at the end.
And here we go. We got 3 wide up front.
Oh boy, look at this.
Almost 4 wide.
Here comes Lattimore.
Almost.
Well, hell, let's make it 4.
I thought he was almost going to do it down the back stretch right there.
He's coming to the front. He's driving that 3 truck to the front. Watch this, man. Watch him and George Price go to the front. He's going to push the 48 truck to the lead here.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if they were running just a little bit closer, the way the physics engine works in iRacing, they would get draft from both sides and get slingshotted through the middle.
Look at that. There's 8 cars, 9 trucks within like 25, 30 feet of each other, man.
Crazy, man.
That's some good driving going on up there at the front of this pack. Look at that. I told you. There goes that 3 truck.
All the way to the front.
Shoved him. He shoved him.
Oh, nice. Wow, that was a nice drop down by Lattimore.
I think that guy in the 3 truck has done this before.
Well, he's one of our Cup regulars, so these trucks are nothing as far as he's concerned. And
he loves them.
Now Blant's really got nobody drafted behind him. He needs to let up a little bit, but by letting up, he's going to let the other people on the outside go around him.
This has turned into a barn burner at the front, man.
Man, I can tell you this much. Watching it in TB3 and watching them go 3 wide around the track is pretty cool.
Look at the run the 85 got. Or is it 65? Wow.
And you figure he was just behind, and the 48 was your leader, George Price, so he'll get an extra point here tonight. And now Justin Bland, but he's in the front, but he's got Scott Hunsinger right behind him. These guys are not giving up. This is exciting because these guys are pushing, I think, just a little too much, and it might be the downfall of some of these guys.
Well, if the partnerships will stay together, the Hunsinger, Bland, Lattimore, Price, if these guys will stay together and be willing to let one guy go in front and be the leader, then it'll be okay. If they won't accept second, then it's over. And there's some contact in there. There's the crash. There it is. There it is.
Well, 11 laps.
Oh, that took out some good cars, some good trucks got taken out there, I think.
Let's see who started that. Will Proulx is out. Maybe not. He's still running, but it's not good. Wrecked into the 08. Okay, let's go to the instant replay. And we'll slow it down to 1/4 speed. Alright, so we're looking at Braden Ames. 76 is on his outside. 76 came down, bumped into Braden Ames, and knocked into Bubba May. Took out Mason Clark. Will Proulx got into it. Nick Olson got into it in the 24. So that's 4 trucks gone right now. That is unfortunate.
I don't know that anybody's really deserving of a penalty there.
Yeah, Michael came down from what I saw.
He gets contact from behind from the 60 and kind of gets him loose and turns him, but the contact is incidental. It's not deliberate. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they had a race control.
Yes, they do. He's in here with us.
Oh, good, because they were mentioning it on Messenger. They were asking if I could do it, and I said, well, knew I was going to be here last minute, and I would try. And I see I have admin rights, but I'm glad it's not my decision if someone else is going to call it.
Tyler says, a shame, 3 wide, it's silly. And yeah, and I do believe, yeah, he got a bad push. We got some people that only took 2. Justin Bland, Stephen Massey. Bubba May. Nope, Bubba May's still in the pits. Yeah, he got hit from that one. So Massey and Bland only took 2. Let's find Braden, see if he's in here. Braden Ames, welcome to the broadcast booth. Do you got a copy?
(10-4).
What happened out there? It looks like you got bumped into the from the 76, but I think the 76 had a bad push.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking was happening, because I felt I was in the line. It was pretty crazy that they were going 3 wide already that early in the race, but I feel like it was a bad push from the car behind him, and he kind of just sailed into me, and it was just along for the ride at that point.
Well, what's the damage?
I have 5-minute optional repair.
Oh, so you're going to be about 10-15 miles an hour off pace.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to call it a night for this Ford Entertainment Group Chevy.
Well, that is unfortunate. It's nice to see your paint scheme worked out there, though. Just too bad we didn't get to see much of it.
Yeah, 10-4. We'll make a better one and be back next week for Martinsville.
All right, you guys got anything for him?
No, I just hate to see you going out that early, man. You know, it's always entertaining calling the races. Bring those paint schemes in here. We love talking about them. And, you know, the lottery here at Talladega, it bit you. And we hope to see you do better next week, man.
10-4, thank you.
All right, where were you, Braden?
FEG.
All right, well, with that said, we have a new leader, Justin Bland. He only took 2, though, so this might not be good on the restart. Him and Massey only took 2. And D's saying looks like the 60 bumped the 76, and the 76 came down the 08. Yeah.
These guys that took 2, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but these guys that took 2 are seasoned racers. They didn't do this just to get track position. I think they know what they're doing. They must not be worried about 2 tires.
No, because I don't think I'm thinking they're not going to make another fuel. They make a fuel run. And we got Nick Holtz in the chat saying 3 wide shouldn't happen on lap 12. This always happens. It's ridiculous, really. I could not agree with you more. I mean, you guys shouldn't be going 3 wide maybe till about lap 30 or 40.
They should have been, you know, just sitting 2 wide, at least do the first 2 pit stops down the green. But, you know, people can't wait. People are in a hurry. And netcode happens and brings out a wreck. You know, it's just one of those situations.
Where are our chase trucks at this time? I see Hess is, what, 6th?
Hess is 6th, Jason's 8th, Christian's 18th, Justin Michaels 22nd, Will Proulx 23rd, Josh Sheets is 28th, and Andrew Melvin's 37th.
Well, just to let you guys know, Justin Michael pulled the truck behind the wall for the rest of the night. He's done.
Was he in that?
Yeah. Yeah, he
died. He died.
And Tyler says 2 tires was the call. Tires are not a factor here. No, not with the short fuel runs like that.
Well, I would expect left sides, especially. I mean, like, you know, left sides. I don't know that they wear them here.
Track's 108 degrees, I would assume. 103 degrees, sorry, not 108. Let's give it a little credit.
Little benefit of the doubt.
Yep. So what was the call made on that there, James?
It was actually a very difficult call, but us 3 admins that are in the lobby, we decided to just make it a racing incident. Because on all 3 of our screens, it showed that when the 60 ran into the back of the 76, it actually pulled his bumper down into the track and then shot him left into Brandon. I think that's how you say his name.
Braden.
And we wanted to call it on the 60, but really, in all reality, he's already dead. So.
And, you know, yeah, like you say, what are you going to do? Give an EOL to a guy that's behind a wall?
Yeah, I mean.
All right, yeah. You know.
Well, Go ahead, Scotty, please.
I was just saying, I've RC'd a couple times. It's tough decisions to make. I mean, and some of them like this, where it's literally a race incident because your bubble, even though you're drafting, your bubble gets popped. I mean,
you know that the super speedways are always the toughest to actually call whose fault it was, because one, you got those bubbles that happen all the time. You got the people's bumpers that get pulled down. You got netcode is a big factor at this track. So in all reality, unless somebody like legitimately wrecks somebody, can't really blame it on anybody.
No, you're right. And speaking of netcode, I've been noticing a few lag spikes myself. I'm not sure, and it's not my internet this time.
It's always your internet, Scotty, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm going to predict right now this race is going to have serious implications for the chase, except for the guys that are already locked in. Someone's going to get themselves in that ain't in. I'm seeing
sure.
Jason O'Connor's right up the front. he gets a win here,
Green flag.
he's locked. I mean, that he needs that.
He's locked on points anyways.
Oh, is he?
The only one that actually has to win here tonight is Christian.
Mr. Snyder.
Big jump for Justin Bland. They're going to try and mow him down now. He's kind of in a bad spot. Massey's going to get a big run. If George Price helps him, Massey's going to go to the lead here.
You see, at super speedways, I feel like you should just go on green no matter what, because it helps you better than getting you ran over. So.
Right.
I would rather stay, especially on restarts, I would rather stay close to the pack and not jump it, because you're going to need that draft instantly.
I mean, unless, your partner's starting right behind you and, it's the final restart of the race, you're coming to 2 to go, I might jump it. Might say it in over a private chat or something. Hey, 3, 2, 1, I'm going. Something like that.
Right.
And Ed Adams' car sticks out.
Right, that big pink truck back there.
Hey, he's finally making his way to the front.
Ed Adams
needs a drafting partner.
He's such a great guy, man. He drives my cup car for me, man. He's such a great dude.
Yeah, he's a really good dude. He helped me out while setting him off this drift, and it's fantastic.
I started the season. I didn't run the first 5, and then I drove a couple races in Cup, and Ed come along, and I said, you know what? He needed a Cup ride, and he's a better driver than I am. I stuck him in my Cup car to finish the year. Didn't he put the thing in a chase, man? Didn't even run the first 5, and we made the chase with that car. So I'm super proud of that dude. Even though he's not driving my truck, I pull for Ed Adams every time.
He, he's one of the guys that drives with a direct drive wheel and VR. And if you want to check out any of the cockpit views here tonight, go ahead and check the description below, and you guys can see who is actually running cockpit views in this race here. And it's surprisingly very interesting to see these guys' strategies compared to what we actually see up here in the booth.
Yeah, because it's totally different inside of the cockpit, and you're usually, from my personal self, I'm always talking to myself, trying to keep myself calm, keep myself in the rhythm, and, switching over to VR makes me dizzy. Whew. I think the last race we did, I threw up after the race. It was just, wow. No joke when it says it gives you motion sickness, and Charlotte's going to be something.
Oh, you dive down into that bowl of turn 1 at Charlotte, man, and that probably does make you dizzy. That dive into turn 1 is dramatic at Charlotte, man.
What really sucks about VR is when you wreck, because it feels like you actually wrecked. You get scared.
Really?
I think my roommate has actually knocked on my door. He's like, dude, you actually screamed when you wrecked. I was like, my bad.
I have a Rift and I've never tried it. I've never used it. My kids have used it on iRacing. I never.
In my opinion, if you're only racing on a single screen, you need to go to triple or just go straight to VR. But if you're racing on a triple, you might as well get the VR, because you've already spent the money on the triple screen. So.
Yeah. Yep. Tyler's asking if there's major chase ramifications there where the 76 could be at risk. No, he's not. He's got too many wins. He's too many points ahead.
Big contact, Ed Adams. Thought they were going to get into another one there.
They had a massive checkup on the bottom, and a couple people actually shot to the top lane to get out of give more room. About to be a big sandwich effect right there.
Well, we've had 4 lead changes in the last couple laps, so.
Yeah, it's starting to get dicey up here at the front, man. Again.
These guys are really spread out too.
I think it's going to get dicey, but I think they're still going to stay too wide. I don't think, I think they all learned from the mistake on lap 13, and I think they're just going to stay too wide for a little bit, A lot of the main guys that actually started the 3 wide are actually out of the race now, so that's another thing.
And that has its own poetic justice, doesn't it?
So we're going back through the field right now. The last car, almost in the pack, is Trey Davis and Jeffrey Ford. They're on the outside by themselves right now. Then following behind them is Luis Salmazo and Jeffrey Smith. And then Bubba Mays bringing up the rear right now. Oh, nope, Hank Allen and Jason Conover.
Here we go, man. We're going to get going 3 wide here at the front again. Mousie's the meat and the sandwich up there in between Hunzinger and the 85 truck, which I happen to own.
But Hunsinger's on the outside by himself. That's the place he wants to be.
Yeah,
Hunsinger jumped out. There was a little bumping effect, and he just said, "You know, screwed. I'm out. I'm going to the back."
Yeah, good job. Discretion being the better part of valor there.
You know who I think is getting a little antsy right now is that number 3 car sitting in the back right there.
Thomas Lattimore wants to go. He likes to drive, man. He likes to run up front. You don't wait. He's not a waiter. Massey, I have to say, Stephen Massey is making some I like Stephen Massey a great deal, let me say that first, but he's making some very aggressive moves across the front of these trucks at the front of here. And that might cost a bunch of these guys here shortly.
Well, while we have Massey in the front, we might as well turn it up. And as we say that, Jason O'Connor is gonna be leading his first lap here tonight. Oh no.
Or not.
No, that was quick.
Steven said no.
Here comes Lattimore. Watch him and Hess. Hess got nothing to lose. Hess got nothing to lose. He's locked in. Lattimore is just foot to the floor. Foot to the floor Lattimore, that's what I'm going to call him. And he's going to push, man. Here they go. And Daniel Reese in 6th place in the 33.
Man, that man is something else here.
He's so nice, man.
He really is, and he gets screwed over a lot because he always finds himself in a bunch of wrecks, and he can drive. I mean, I've driven with him on regular rated races before. It's just he always gets caught up in the most stupidest crap.
Yeah, sometimes if you run actually too conservatively, and I've had this happen to me, where you try and be conservative and stay out of the way if you're not the fastest guy, and then you end up back there where the shit happens, and you end up getting in a wreck because I was trying not to make no trouble, and I ended up back there where the trouble was.
That's usually what happens at short tracks.
Right.
So I have a question. What do you guys think about the 2018 chase schedule of them added in the Charlotte Road Course?
I've never been a big fan of big, heavy stock cars on road courses as a matter of principle. Although you will see exciting road races with stock cars sometimes. I don't like them being in the chase. I think it's an oval racing sport, and I think that the chase should be oval racing. My opinion.
I'm glad I am not running in the Cup Series next year because of that reason. I cannot do road courses in the Cup car for the life of me. I mean...
Oh, there it is. Lattimore into the back of the 31, and it's on like Donkey Kong.
And there goes Daniel Reese as well.
Man. I saw it coming too.
Hess involved, Lattimore involved, Reese involved.
Wow, from this stopping point, Hess's rear is right through the wall.
Luis Almaso in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say his whole back bumper's in the wall. Oh man.
Go ahead and slow it on down here just to see what exactly happened.
Break it on down, Scotty Brown.
Taking it at third speed right now, 1/3 speed, and see these guys are coming out of corner number 2, and it looks like Lattimore bumped into Hess, and then George Price bumped into him because Hess had to check up, and it's pretty much all she wrote at that point. Daniel almost flipped. Looks like Ford got into it as well, just a little bit.
Oh, Lattimore touches the 31, and he lifts, and then he gets tagged in the back and shoved up into it again.
Plate racing.
Oh, did Luis Almaso just clocked the 31, man. That was an awesome impact.
Luis died.
See.
He tried to go to the bottom, drive it through the smoke. It didn't work.
So let me see if I can get that real quick.
Ooh, somebody parked a truck in that cloud.
Okay,
I tried to drive.
Louise left.
I tried to drive through a cloud. There's a pickup truck in it.
Move right. Well, this is going to be interesting. Jason O'Connor is your new leader. He's going to get the extra point here tonight. And Tyler says they're going to learn today. Yeah, they're going to learn that plate racing sucks.
I'm telling you, man, it's either going to be Christian or either Jason that's going to win their way in tonight.
He's locked in, so if he can get the win, that automatically puts Christian out. Which is unfortunate, but Christian missed 2 races.
We talked about this, Scotty Brown, and I said I do not advise guys that are in the chase to skip racing. Unless you're locked in with a win, you're nuts to skip a race, man. Lottery or no lottery, super speedway track or not, man. You can't skip races if you're not locked in.
But see, sometimes, Todd, real life situations get in the way. Like
Yeah, no. I didn't mean guys missing them because of real life. I meant like skipping them because it's like, well, strategy thing. I don't want to run dead guy. I don't want to wreck. And you hear people say stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. Is just skipping them to say, well, because it's like a strategy of yours. You know what I mean? Because God knows I can relate to not being able to make races. I haven't turned a lap in iRacing in 6 weeks, but I'm still trying to call the races when I can. And I do love the league still. And you know, eventually I'll get back to racing again.
Oh, yeah.
Well, hopefully. Now, this is interesting. Out of the top 10, we had 6 do 2 tires. Everyone else, I do believe it's 6, yeah, everyone else did 4 tires and fuel throughout the entire field. So this is going to be interesting.
Well, the entire complexion of this race has changed with that wreck. I mean, look at your top 5. With the exception of Massey and O'Connor. These dudes.
Massey's going in.
He didn't pit first time around. He didn't pit.
So Jason's going to get the extra point.
Yes.
He needs it. I mean, he doesn't need it, but he needs it, you know.
It helps in the next round.
Oh, yeah.
And Jonathan Whalen, who drives one of my trucks, and Ed Adams, who's I forget whose truck he drives, but they're both drivers on my team per se. They're both up there in the front. Those guys are teammates, you know, on several levels. And watch those two. They might team up and do something here. I hope they do.
So with Massey pitting, that puts Christian up to 4th on the outside line on this restart. If he's going to do it, he has to do it now. We're going to have to pit one more time if we go green, regardless. But this is, you know, these next 35 laps is what it's all going to come down to for him. He's either going to make it into the round of 6 or pack his bags, go home for the season.
Truthfully, if I was him and I was sitting up there in the top 10, top 5, if I had that leader in sight, and I know it doesn't sound like many laps to go, but we've seen, 2 cautions in 30 laps. I'd just ride up there, man. I'd try and ride up there till 10 to go.
We've seen 2 cautions. We've seen 15 lead changes in these 30 laps. It's just nuts to think of those stats. 15 lead changes in 30 laps. You don't see that anywhere else but the super speedway.
For sure.
Or maybe Bristol if you're having a bad time.
I think Lattimore just got the lucky dog with an absolutely mangled Good Wrench Chevrolet.
No, he's heading straight into the pits.
Yeah, he pitted. He just came out past the pace car and went back in the pits.
Was that another a race caution, or was that going to be an EOL?
Oh, that was an EOL on Thomas for running straight into the back of Douglas, getting him loose.
Yeah, and George Price, it looks like he bumped into him a little bit, but it's that bubble. With super speedway racing, you have to draft, or else you're not going to be up front. And sometimes iRacing, even though it's supposed to let you do it, it doesn't.
No.
I'm looking at the rear chase view on Jason O'Connor's truck, man. There's Lexi on that hood. There's that dog. I love that paint scheme, man. He's got his dog on there. In memory of his dog, I just dig the hell out of that paint, man.
Because I made that for him a while back, and he's been running it the rest of the season.
One to go, Scotty.
Awesome. Yeah, he came to me. He's like, "Hey, I got a big request for you." I'm like, "All right." He's like, "Yeah, I want it in memory of Lexi." I'm like, "Okay," and told me what he wanted, and this is what he got.
I think you did a great job on it, Scotty. It looks terrific.
Well, thank you. Yeah, the only thing that I haven't updated is my channel logo, but I'm not worried about it. It's the end of the season.
So, are the lights out on the pace car?
Yes, they are. And Jim West, we got saying, looks like Smith is in 10th right now. Great race to watch so far. Thank you, Jim. It's really been great having Todd and James up here in the broadcast booth with us as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to come down to take the green here shortly. Top 5 is number 72, Jason O'Connor. The 85 of Jonathan Whalen. The 46 of Ed Adams. Christian Snyder in 4th place in the 63, and Justin Bland in the 65 will be your top 5 as we go to green here soon. Some fast trucks right behind them. Bubba May, George Price, all these guys contenders. Hunzinger still in the race. Massey. It's going to get interesting here. Massey's way in the back, and he was fast early, so we'll see what happens.
And if these guys do go green, they will have to pit one more time.
Pace car is off.
He waiting for the flag, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
It's better.
And we are green flag racing with Jason O'Connor leading this pack off here for the first time tonight during green flag racing. But you gotta watch that outside line, because Jonathan Whalen's now showing it first, because Christian is giving him a hell of a push. He's got Bubba May behind him, also with the 40 of Frank Russell. So that outside line might be the line to run tonight.
It may be. Those guys are going to have to use patience out there, as always. But I would point out that Ed Adams is now right there in second row, inside probably third right now in the results, and he is a fantastic plate racer. Ed Adams can really wheel a car or truck on a plate race.
Well, with that direct drive, it must really help here as well. He's got the AccuForce direct drive wheel, which is a $1,200 wheel. I mean, it's crazy.
Ed Adams,
It's ridiculous.
he does iRacing at a very high level. The guy wears gloves, okay?
He wears gloves. He wears a rag on his head.
He does, man. He's like an
does it all.
iRacing monster. He's like an iRacing monster, man.
We got Jim West saying we work definitely during the broadcast that we all work well together and make a great broadcast. Well, couldn't happen without these guys racing out here putting on a good show, but definitely appreciate that, Jim.
Thanks.
I hope that we can see some patience up at the front. And there goes Christian making it 3 wide right after I say it.
He says, "No, man, I want the win." I'm going for a lead.
Let's have some excitement.
I need the points.
Yeah.
And Bubba's pushing him, as you can see right now.
No holding back.
Jonathan Whalen's trying to make his way safely to the back of that pack.
See if we can get a bumper cam to see how close he's actually running.
It's terrible. You're inside the bumper.
Yep, as of right now, yep, there's the radiator, there's the motor.
Oh, those three on the outside, I'm telling you, they're going to have to watch. 'Cause there's still quite a few to go here, man.
Yeah, I mean, we still got 30 laps to go, and they're pushing like it's the last 7.
Hey, Christian, your new leader here tonight. That extra point, that much needed extra point, but that's not going to be enough. He needs to stay up front.
He needs the win.
So it's either going to be him eliminated or Josh Sheets eliminated. And Sheets is in the pits right now with a lot of damage.
Oh,
She
boy, here
said
we
he'd
go.
be back on the track in a couple minutes.
Justin Bland just shot up through the middle to take the lead here briefly.
And that puts Christian by himself on that high line, the highest line. And he's going to need to get back in that draft.
Womp womp. You're getting freight trained.
And you're going to see that a lot here. I mean, we've seen it a lot already. It's just the beauty of plate racing. And, well, the downfall of plate racing as well. Because, you know, as soon as you try to make that move, and there's no one there to help you, you think you're going to have someone helping you? No, it's not going to happen.
That's when that guy has to resign himself to the fact that he's got to wait and get a spot and get in line. It's when that guy tries to force his way back in and refuses to give up those 8 spots. That's when the big ones happen.
It always happens like that.
Bubba May is back in the lead there. Jason's looking at that outside. We've got Jeffrey Ford up in the top 5 right now.
That man has been sleeping.
He's our Wednesday night broadcaster over on the Ford Entertainment Group. Make sure you check us out on Wednesday nights to watch the Cup Series, as we will be at Talladega, and it will be a hell of a show.
Jeffrey Ford's on direct drive equipment as well, I believe.
Yes, I think you're right. I do believe he upgraded substantially when he got his new broadcasting gear.
You guys go ahead and spend $1,200 on that. I'll stick with my $300 racing wheel.
Yeah, I'm on a G27 and I'm happy with it. I don't have that kind of scratch.
Come on, G920. Xbox version.
I'll stick with my free racing wheel.
Free's always good.
Yeah.
Because guess what? You can turn it around and sell it for a profit. No matter what.
I use the Fanatec Forza 4 CSR Elite wheel.
Oh, man. That's old.
It's old, but the force feedback is amazing. It was a gift for broadcasting last year for the truck series for these guys.
Nice.
But of course, you know, I've got CSR Elite pedals, and you know those make it different.
Everything else upgraded.
But you know, some people wonder if the equipment really makes the driver. Some people yes, some people no. Like Jason, he's sitting up front now. I know he's using a brand new V2.5 Fanatec, the Xbox One version. And since he got that wheel, his times have been substantially better. He was using a G27 before, so it just really...
I would say that when you upgrade, it sure is a difference, because I used to race with the G27, and I was all right. You know, I was, decent. Once I upgraded to the G920, it was a whole nother ball game. It made the racing so much more. I felt more. I was able to actually control the car more. You're paying your money. You're getting your money's worth, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, we got Josh Thaxton saying not as amazing as the direct drive wheels as far as force feedback. No, there is a big difference, but it's the money cost, you know.
I mean, if you had $1,200 to waste around like that, I would not be wasting it on this game. I'd be wasting it putting it in a real car, putting my ass on the real track.
Buy a good racing go-kart for $1,200, man.
I mean, that's my next big upgrade. Let's finish building my race car that's back at home right now.
If you go 65 miles an hour and your ass is only a Marlboro pack off the ground, it feels like 165.
I know. I've done my fair share of go-kart tracks on a dirt track. It's scary.
I love racing on dirt, man. I raced for like 4 years on dirt and karts, man. It's just too cool.
When I first started, it was fun. Ran in the beginners class for 4 years.
Yeah.
Got 2 championships.
I had a chance to get behind one of our street stocks or strictly stocks here at one of our local tracks and doing 85, 90 miles an hour around the track on a 3-8 mile track. It's freaking amazing.
Yeah, turn comes up real quick.
Yeah, and like a lot of people can't conceive of going, you drive your car in the grass or whatever, at 5, 10 miles an hour, what have you. Man, when you try and go 50, 60, 70, 80 miles an hour on dirt, it's a different animal, man. Just floating on there.
You're like, how the hell does this car have grip right now?
You're like, it doesn't.
And it's just like, oh man, it's like driving a truck on a dirt road at 90 miles an hour. You have no grip.
That's what I mean, man. It's just wow. Here we go, 3 wide, a couple rows back. George Price getting squeezed out.
He had to get air. And remember, guys, this broadcast is brought to you by Pit Stop Designs. Make them your last pit stop on designing vehicles here in iRacing. That is run by Joey Stats. You can find them on Facebook at Joey Stats or at Pit Stop Designs.
Joey Stats, good guy, great racer.
He's all right.
He's okay. He's okay, I guess.
Nah, he's a great dude. He's helped me out a lot.
Right now, Christian is getting a push from Justin Bland and Stephen Massey on the outside as Christian drops down in front of Jason O'Connor.
That was pretty quick.
I would have stayed out there if I was him, man.
Yeah, because these guys are going to have to pit.
You kind of just stepped out of the way,
They pitted. They had that caution, lap 30?
Yeah. They came back to green on lap 31.
So next 8 laps, we should see something.
As Justin Bland drops down.
Next 4, we'll actually start seeing people short pit because this will be the last pit stop of the race. So let's see how it goes.
It's 65 laps?
65. They would be smart to pit between laps 45 and 46.
I wouldn't be shocked if I seen somebody pit on lap 46. There's going to be some people, they're going to run it all the way dry.
If I could get 2 guys to go down pit road with me, man, that's exactly what I'd do.
I'd leave you out the drive.
Yeah, and I would leave your ass out there. There you go.
I'd be like, fuck that. Nope, I ain't running that shit dry. I'm going in now. I'm going with the pack.
Yeah.
Just giving some camera time to the guys in the back there. We got a pack of 4 trucks running back there right now. One's got wrecked out earlier.
Oh, Stephen, man, Ed Adams goes around and Christian Snyder out of it. Oh, good heavens, what a wreck.
And man, Jason O'Connor made it through. Christian Snyder.
And just as that said, my internet goes bonky.
Bonky.
Alright, so let's, we'll pause it right here real quick and show you guys what happened because, there we go, going back to green. Nope, hold on. It's the time of night on this specific road that I'm on. It's this time of night that always just craps out.
It's been happening consistently the last couple races, Scotty, that we've called together.
Working on it, guys. Well, we're just going to pause it right here, and we'll go back to the far chase and just wait on it. Wait till it starts to mellow itself out a little bit.
Actually, it looks like the 98 truck comes down, forces Massey onto the apron, and then it starts.
Yeah, that's gonna end up being on the that's gonna be on the 98 of Jeffrey Ford. He just drove straight down the track, straight into him, and brought Ed along with him. And yeah, that's.
Yeah, once Massey went down there and got all jumpy on the apron, he had to go somewhere, and there was only one thing going to happen then.
And he died again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that direct drive, whatever crap you want to call, doesn't work.
Yeah, once you're looking at the grass through your windshield, don't matter what wheel you're using.
Shit don't work.
Yeah, he tried to follow Scott Hunsinger down, and that's what caused all of it. Christian is going to be out of the chase.
No! Well, Thomas Lattimore and George Price have pulled the trucks into the garage and called it a night. That sucks. Now, here's the question. When there's 20 laps to go and the guys are going to be pacing, it's sort of, they're still going to burn some fuel, but not a lot. Would you pit when 2 to go happens and just get fuel and go to the back of the field?
No.
No? You stay out? With the chance of running out?
Yeah, these guys are asking in the chat, Jonathan Whalen, Tyler Pluff, and Josh Thaxton all said, what the fuck were they doing? And that is my TV14M rating right, TV14M, yeah, TV14 rating right there.
So it's okay to say, what the fuck were they doing?
Yes, at least once.
To be honest, I couldn't tell you what they were doing. I've already cursed once, so I can't do it anymore.
So,
me too.
So yeah, that's there was no room. I'm not sure what was going through Ford's mind right there, but obviously his spotter either died from heat exhaustion or just decided to walk away and use the bathroom. So
Go ahead, Scotty, please.
So right now we've got Scott Hunsinger who took 2, and that's it. And he's your current leader, so. But look at Sheets up there. Currently 32 laps down. I bet he's very, very happy right now because he will be moving on.
If Sheets is 34 laps down, Christian's going to finish the race.
Doesn't matter.
Ahead of him.
No. He may finish ahead of him, but he's 30 points behind Sheets right now.
Oh, okay. I get it. All right. He needs to beat him by more than that. I see. Okay.
So if I was Sheets, I would pull off the track until lap 63 of 65, and then just come roll on out across the finish line.
Well, I mean, if he stays out, he's gonna gain like another 5 or 6 positions. I mean, points is points.
Don't look
True.
now. Don't look now. But with Jeffrey Ford getting his EOL, Daniel Reese in the 33 truck will start on the outside of the front row for the restart, man. Look out, boys.
Are you
That
serious?
man's getting his win tonight.
I'm not kidding you, man. Jeffrey Ford's going to the back for an EOL, and Daniel Reese is going to be third or second when they come around to get the green. He's going to be second.
Oh man,
It's too freaking cool, man.
He needs to keep his cool right now.
Oh, that cat wins this race, man. I'm calling dibs on interviewing him right now.
Yep. And he just got done having laryngitis. Hopefully he's over it. So if he still has laryngitis, it's going to be an interesting interview.
I'll bet he'll still find a way to talk.
Sorry.
Well, we're going to have 18 to go when we go back to green, so Gonna be hopefully an 18-lap shootout.
It'd be fantastic, but
This is where the big pushers come in.
this is when the 3 wide action happens. It's when it's supposed to be happening. You should be coming across the line 3 wide and wrecking after the line for the checkered.
Yeah, for the win, sure.
Alright guys, with that said, before we go back to green, let's go to a quick commercial break brought to you by Pit Stop Designs. We are back live. We are on lap 47 to 65. The pace car is out. Hunsinger's going to start on that outside line. I think that's a bold move by him. He only took 2.
I think it's because Stephen Massey is starting behind him. They really worked really good together during practice. So I feel like they're probably in a private channel, and they're gonna pull out front real quick.
Well, they got to be a private channel on track, because in Discord they are not. Hunsinger's still up in the main lobby, and Massey's in the race lobby. And I do like to apologize for the 10:23 at night internet lag. It's just because the way the internet is set up here in the state, and that I cannot help it. It's something.
Basically, he's saying his internet sucks. So.
No, it's not that, because I have 70 down and 5 up, but it's just the throttling time of night.
I have better than that, and I live on post.
Yeah, well, we don't have fiber up here, so.
Ooh.
It's looking like a 3 wide restart.
Daniel Reese and Frank Russell, both couple guys that are usually near the back. They're both right up there in the front, man. It'd be great for those guys to finish well or maybe steal one. I'd love it.
If Frank can get a good push on Daniel. These guys are waiting to go back to green.
Green flag, green flag.
And we are back to green. Scott Hunsinger got a little front end damage there from drafting, but I think he pulled off a little too soon. But he's only got Massey behind him, and he's got a whole line of trucks directly behind him, capitalizing on that draft.
They're all strung out now, man. See, watch when this tightens up. When this pack tightens up, which I believe it will, they're going to do it with some significant closure rates, and we'll see if they can keep from running into each other and having a big wreck.
Now, I'm not sure what Frank Russell's idea was going to the outside, because he had a much better draft on that inside line, and now he's sitting up top by himself.
Daniel Reese just jumped out there.
If
Daniel Reese says, "Somebody help me!"
Now everybody's going to run that inside line, which sucks. If he can get close enough, he could side draft. Oh!
There, he got back in line. Good job, man.
Yeah, Jason let him in. They're in chat together right now, so these guys are definitely going to work together.
Sorry for the voices. It keeps me awake.
It makes the broadcast fun, man. Roll on, brother.
I know, right? Just hear me in race chat sometimes. People hate me. I've had my chat muted a couple times in race because I just don't know when to shut up.
And we're looking at single file right now, except Justin Bland.
Justin Bland says he's going to get that side draft working today. Somebody, come on, Daniel, get out there. You know you want to.
Yeah, jump out there, man. He's right there.
Probably a little nervous.
Somebody probably is, because he saw what happened when he was out by himself.
Plus, like we said, man, I run near the back a lot too. It's like, are you kidding me? I'm fourth, dude. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. I'm going to get a top 5.
As long oh, he's on the apron.
No.
Light blue truck pounded the wall. I don't know if there's going to be a caution. I don't think so.
Looks like somebody got sandwiched.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh, they wrecked in the back. Reese was trying to gather it up. Somebody ran him over, I think.
Let's go ahead and take a look at that replay here. Reese
up into the wall.
Reese got on the apron. Jason bumped into him. Reese is doing good, keeping it down on that low line. Coming back to the front stretch here.
Josh Mayu just couldn't miss him. So brought the caution out. Mayu hit somebody on the apron.
No, he didn't hit Frank. Frank's down on the apron. There was another big checkup. And the guy went high, and it looks like he hit Hank. Yeah, Hank
Yeah, he
Allen.
hit Hank Allen.
So Mayu's out for the night. Which, you know, it sucks because there's only 14 laps left to go, 13 laps left to go now. But interesting strategy is going to play out here tonight. And I didn't catch it. Did anybody pit?
I didn't either, man. I was focused on the crash and rewinding it and looking it over. I'm not sure anybody went in. I don't know. Stupid broadcaster that I am. I didn't watch pit road.
No, and I was watching the replay. It's all good. So, with that said, Hunsinger's out front. So, Massey's going to be on the outside of him. Massey has basically been his pushing buddy here tonight.
You know, after it's all said and done, or at least up to this point anyway, 3 of the fastest guys from this thing from the beginning are still up there. Hunsinger, Massey, and Bland. They're all right there at the front. So 3 of the fastest dudes are still up front here.
Another interesting thing is that out of this, in this top 10, no one is in the chase. Absolutely no green numbers here right now in the top 10. And I appreciate you guys out there all watching. Appreciate the comments. Got 7 people watching right now. Got 4 likes. And we all appreciate it here in the ECR, trying to get these boys on the map, showing how good they can run, minus the Talladega mess.
Yeah, you know, I want to take a second here just to thank the guys that do watch live and all the drivers who will watch this after. A lot of guys go back and watch it afterwards, you know, next day, whatever. And we've got a lot of compliments from a lot of people, and I want to thank everybody that appreciates us watching. Or appreciates us calling them. I sure appreciate y'all watching, and we're having a ball.
Yes, we are. With that said, we've had 25 lead changes. That's just insane.
And that's only counting them at the line, right?
I don't think so. I'm not sure if IRTVO picks up on that, but I think it picks up as they gain the position.
Okay.
And we got Josh Thaxton saying the middle lane is faster than the bottom. If you can get 4 trucks in the middle to stay lined up, the bottom won't pass them. Oh, what?
Hunsinger just hit Massey under caution and spun. Hunsinger. Unbelievable.
That's
knock, guys. Adam's in the booth with you.
Hey, Ed. How's it going?
Hey, Ed.
Oh, it was going great right up until those last incidents happened.
So, Massey just took out Hunsinger. I don't think it was purposeful, though.
It looks like Scott comes up and turns himself across Massey's nose.
Nope. It was netcode. The way I'm seeing it, it's netcode. He doesn't even touch him.
He never even touched him.
So that will not be an EOL.
Can race control allow him to go back to the front?
I don't know. I don't know what's going to be the call on that. Scott's also an admin, so hopefully. But yeah, Josh was saying, but the guy in front is always in the middle, but the guy in front in the middle always jumps down. True, yeah. And Tyler agrees with that as well. Yeah, if they could get some good side drafting going, that would be something. And Ed, thank you for joining us up here as well.
Yeah, I wanted to come in and just confirm what was going on out there. It was definitely that middle lane. The only way you could really work to the lead was the middle lane, the upper lane had all the steam. You go up there and you just shuffle the guy to the lead. He'd pick up steam again, shuffle another guy to the lead, and unfortunately, that's what ended my night.
Well, Ed, let me ask you, man, how come we're seeing guys they'll get past the front of the low line, and then they immediately jump down instead of, they draft to the front on the outside, and then we've seen one after another of them just drop down to the inside, and then the outside lane is passing them up. What's up with that?
You know, I just think it's the old school thought that you're just going to be faster or better in that bottom lane, but it's just not been the case tonight. I mean, even when you're up there in the top lane and you jump to the bottom, I would have been guilty of the same, really. I was up there behind Ford and trying to get in the same position to do so. But yeah, that upper lane is just the faster lane to be in tonight, it seems.
I mean, from the broadcast booth, it's looked like all they were doing was stepping out of the way to let the other guy go. You know, it's like, wow, you got pushed up there. You bump drafted up there. I don't get that moving down thing, man.
Yeah, I worked really, really hard. Jason and I were in the same channel there, and we were working as best we can to stay out when we were on that bottom lane. And I ended up getting hot and had oil temperature flashing, so I had to make some moves and jump to that high side. And as soon as I got to that high side, man, she just came to life. That's really where you want to be.
So the truck's getting that hot. The truck's getting that hot, Ed, even in a thick setup like that.
Yeah, for sure. What really caught me out is when Bubba was behind Jason and I was all over the back of Bubba there in that 3-truck train. It wasn't even my water temperature that started flashing. It caught me out. It was my oil temperature had gone into the red.
Huh. Did you have any damage?
No, I was clean as far as I know.
Interesting.
So,
go ahead.
Ed, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Why did you spend $1,200 on a wheel?
Personal, the best honest answer to that is that it doesn't make you any faster. I think in many cases it's actually kind of harmful because it's more of a fatigue to race with it. But it's just that feeling, man. It's like it's the closest thing you can get to being in that car in your living room. So it's not about spending dollars to think you're going to be faster on a track. It's spending dollars for enjoyment purposes. And for me, every penny is worth it.
I'll never forget, right after you got your direct drive wheel, Ed, we ran Kentucky, I think was the first time, one of the first times you ran it. And somebody wanted to go run official after the race. And they put it on Discord or whatever, and you sent back a message that, no, I cannot drive anymore tonight. My arms are killing me because Kentucky was so bumpy. I remember it beat the crap out of you. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a wake-up call going from consumer belt drive wheels to the direct drive. You all of a sudden have muscles on your right side that you haven't used in a while, and yeah, you're sore.
Well, lights are out on the iRacing.com Mustang pace car. We're going to come down the back straightaway here to take the green flag here at Talladega.
And Christian's still on the lead lap.
Wow.
He's back out, but he has quite a bit of damage.
I think it's safe to say he's out.
Unfortunately, I agree with you there.
Good heavens, man. There's 56 laps over with already. We're looking at like a 5-lap shootout here, right? I mean, like
9.
by the time we go green, there's only going to be, 8 to go?
Yeah, there's been a lot of attrition. A lot of attrition out there tonight.
This is going to be insane.
But honestly, with being on lap 55, we still have a lot of trucks out there. And Josh Thaxton says, Hank, Bubba, Jameson, and I did some test races, staying in the middle and the bottom. And the bottom was trying, but it couldn't pass.
No, I mean, I was all over Bubba's bumper, giving Jason O'Connor hell when he was leading the bottom, and we just couldn't really do anything against that upper lane.
Is it because you have the truck kind of bound up down there, Ed, trying to hold it down there on the bottom? Is that what slows you down? Does it push or what?
You know, it could very well be just that, Todd. And it wasn't pushing for me, but it could very well be that the truck is bound up.
You know what I mean? Like it's not really sliding the front tires, but it's just kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of just pinning that right front harder than it needs to.
Tyler said he did a different league race last week, and on the top line, we always led at the line as long as no one made it 3 wide and didn't go up too high.
Massey's going to push Justin Bland to the lead here.
And he barely made it clear right there.
I'm telling you, man, it couldn't fit a credit card in between those two trucks.
Let alone a piece of paper. Looks like they're just going to single file out for a little bit, probably to the last 5.
Yeah, and no one in your top 10 right now is in the chase, so this is anybody's win right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's really the smartest thing for them to do. Get single file and then go for it the last couple laps.
So if we don't see any big movers, then your current chase standings will leave Michael Leiby and Christian Snyder out of the race for the round of 6.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why Leiby did not make it, but he's been AWOL for the last couple weeks anyways.
I think he's just getting caught up with schoolwork and all that stuff, probably. I believe he's still in school. I think.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, college. And Tyler Fluff says the 22 and the 97 are not done yet. No, they are not. They're waiting for that opportune time.
If they don't pull out with like 5 to go, they're going to pull out with at least 2 or the last lap and just push, you know.
And here's
Justin Bland up there blocking.
And here's somebody we haven't seen up front all night. Jason Conover, he's sitting in 5th. He was sitting in back. Last person on the lead lap for a while there. And Daniel Reese is back up to 7th. Wow.
Daniel's going to win it, man. I'm telling you.
Telling you, dude.
Watch. They're all going to wreck. And he's going to go across the line.
They might.
I've seen it happen.
Certainly a possibility.
The man is a sleeper, I'm telling you. Just like Jeffrey Ford, a sleeper.
And he's back up there as well.
He's trying to push Steven, but it's just not enough.
And Trey Davis back here, the number 70, cannot get any draft at all, so he's going to lose this pack very shortly.
Look at Jeremy Morrison right there in the 3rd spot.
God, Massey shoved him so hard up into the back of the 65. I'm amazed they didn't wreck.
He went in dry, too.
I'm telling you, dude.
He didn't bother to give him a little tap, just full blown.
Yeah, they're getting to shoving and pushing up there pretty hard.
Didn't we have someone running KY Gillie this season?
I think we had Durex and Pornhub.
That's right. That's what
Yes.
it was.
I was racing Pornhub on one of mine, and then Max Speed TV got a message from YouTube saying you cannot have that on your broadcast.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
Really?
Yeah,
The AdSense.
same thing with the weed trucks, any sexual content on vehicles or on your screen, your video will get shut down.
I guess there is somebody watching, huh?
Same thing with LSR TV. They had a big problem with that for a while.
It has to do with Google AdSense and the way they've changed it.
Oh my goodness, Jeremy Morrison into the grass at about 180 miles an hour.
In all reality, that car would not be there right now.
Oh, what is going on up here? Oh,
It's
on
not
the apron.
over. It's not over.
Conover on the apron. Ford looking to look outside.
I wish I could rewind that and see that. I think Ford pushed him down there. I'm not sure.
I'm telling you, man, Ford is not giving up. It's coming for the win.
Well, Conover's pissed now.
He says, "Screw you, you ain't winning."
And
They're gonna be
Tyler's
coming to line with Tango.
Tyler's saying at this point, guys who can only push, there are guys who can only push and others that can actually lead.
That is true. There is a fine line right there. There's some people that can push, some people can't.
And we are down to 3 to go.
Oh, Jeffrey Ford.
And that's going to be it.
Damn it.
That is the race. We will not be going back to green.
Shouldn't have done that.
Did he come down?
Yes, he did.
That's the second EOL, right?
That would be his second. Yeah, he got the EOL on the incident that I was involved with.
So that's a DQ. Well, maybe. Hold on, I'm looking at that again.
All right, he come right down on 33.
Yeah, because I'm looking right now. He's got Jason on his inside. Checked up a little bit for Conover. Yeah, Reese was looking for it.
Yeah, that's confirmed. Second one.
That will be a disqualification, unfortunately, for Mr. Jeffrey Ford there, who was our Wednesday night broadcaster. How we have it set up in this league in the rulebook is that if you gain 2 EOLs during your race, only one race at a time, you do get disqualified. So, with that said, here are your official results here tonight. Justin Bland for the win. We've got the 22 of Scott Hunsinger in third, Stephen Massey in Scott Hunsinger in second, Stephen Massey in third, Jason Conover in fourth, Jason O'Connor in fifth, Jameson Miller in sixth, Trey Davis in seventh, and Jeremy Morrison in eighth, Daniel Reese in ninth, Frank Russell in 10th. If you guys want.
Christian Snyder will come in 11th place, keeping his truck on a lead lap. Jeffrey Ford currently listed in 12th, pending his discipline as DQ. Jeffrey Smith, 13th, last truck on the lead lap. Hank Allen in 14th, Ed Adams 15th, Bubba May 16th, Jonathan Whalen 17th, George Price in 18th, Thomas Lattimore, 23 laps down in 19th, and Josh Sheets, 32 laps down in 20th position, and that makes up your top 20.
Followed by Andrew Melvin, 21st, Braden Ames in 22nd, Will Proulx in 23rd, Douglas Hess in 24th, Luis Salmazo in 25th, Josh Mayo in 26th, Justin Michael in 27th, Nick Olson in 28th, Mason Clark in 29th, Nick Edwards rounding out your top 30, and George Munger and James did not race. Of course, James being RC and George could not get his computer working right.
I want to thank James Bond Lehman for both for joining us in the booth tonight, of course, and for picking up the RC duties. Thank you, man.
Yay.
So, go ahead.
I'm just going to say thanks, gentlemen, for the broadcast. It's stellar as always. Can't wait to go sit down and watch it from that point of view. Look forward to tomorrow's broadcast with the Beeline Sim Series and then on to the Cutback at Dega Wednesday night. I hope to check that box. I am out of here. You gentlemen have a fantastic evening.
Ed Adams, thanks for coming up, man. Appreciate you, dude. You had a hell of a run going, buddy.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, thank you, Ed. Alright, so you guys can each do an interview if you are fine with that.
Sure.
We're only on lap 64 here as these guys are coming around, but this is the race. This is it. Let's go ahead and bring it down. Oh, let's see. Well, actually, who do you guys want to interview?
I don't care. I'll do Massey. I'll start with third place if you want.
All right, James, you do Scott Hunsinger, or do you want to do Bland?
I gotta mute iRacing. What was that?
Do you want to interview Scott Hunsinger or Justin Bland?
Let's do Scott. I'll do Scott.
All right, so we'll bring down Stephen first. Stephen Massey, do you have a copy?
Sure do.
Stephen Massey, Todd Gillie in the broadcasting booth. Starting the post-race interviews just a little bit early. You're going to bring that number 97 truck home in third place. Give me your view on tonight's race. You had a very entertaining evening, did you not?
I feel like I did, man. Holy cow. I can't even believe I'm still here.
Neither can I.
It was a crazy night. I mean, I felt like I was in the middle of the action all night. It was fun though. It was really fun.
Did you have oil? Ed Adams was in the booth with us after his crash, and he told us that he was having high oil temps that he had to contend with and had to position himself accordingly. Did you experience the same thing?
Oh yeah. After about 4 or 5 laps of pushing, I had to find a way to get out from behind the guy in front of me and get some clean air.
Well, you ran a great race tonight, man. I believe it was the 98 come down and you ended up on the apron there, and I really thought your night was going to end right there. How was that for you?
It was deja vu. The cup race we ran here last time at Dega, I was leading, and a guy come on the outside past me, and the second car just come down into me. The exact same thing, exact same spot, exact same corner. So, I mean, I guess it was deja vu, and I had experience saving it.
Nicely done, man. You did a great job, and you're going to bring that thing home in third place. It's great to see you have a great run and put that truck on the podium. How about some shout-outs? Anybody you want to give a call to?
Yeah, I want to give a call to Lattimore, Hunsinger, and Bland. I mean, I feel like all 4 of us worked together all night. So there's an unspoken, I don't know what you want to call it, but I mean, we all worked together and it was great, and we all helped each other finish good. And I want to give a shout out to you guys for broadcasting, and to Haters Make Us Famous for letting me drive this fast truck tonight.
Well, great job, Stephen Massey. Another podium finish for you here and H-Buff. And I'm going to kick it over to James Lehman, who is, I believe, with Scott Hunsinger.
And I am. Scott, man, you put on a hell of a show tonight. You, Steven, Bland, Lattimore, all you guys running up front for most of the race. We had a hell of a time watching you guys up here in the booth. Tell us about your race tonight.
It was a lot of fun. I think I led a lot of laps. I got to start up front. Tried to stay up there as much as I could. I don't know. Kind of made a mistake there in the middle of the race. I was following Massey on the outside, and I thought he had pulled down, so I didn't want to do what happened, I guess, a couple times in the race and assume there's room and there's not, and make a wreck. So I just kind of went to the outside of them, got shuffled back, and had to work my way back up. But it was a lot of fun.
Let me ask you a question. Were you pretty down when you saw that caution come out with only like 3 to go?
Yeah, I really wanted to. I guess I was saying to those guys in the chat, it's like I'm tired of finishing second, ready to get my win. So I was a little bummed about that, but kind of taking like a 2-month break here from iRacing, so to come back and finish second and basically second race back, I feel good about that.
That's good, man. Well, man, you put on a hell of a show like I said before. Anybody you want to give a shout out?
Just thank you guys in the booth, everybody at ECR, and then Massey and Bland and all those guys were racing tonight. We were really tight and pushing each other, not giving a lot of room to each other there. So it was a lot of fun when you can race with guys you trust.
I have a quick question, not to interrupt you, James, but Scott, what happened there under caution when you and Massey got together? Was that net code for you? Anything to say about that?
Not sure. I think he said he was just kind of coming up my right side, just not trying to get into me, and all of a sudden it just turned. I haven't gone back and looked at it, see what it looked like on mine, but obviously Steven wouldn't turn me for any.
No, it was bizarre. That's why I was wondering if it looked like net code when we watched it, and I was just curious what it felt like in the truck.
No, just all of a sudden it turned right, and then I overcorrected, and then it turned left. Just happy I didn't get into a wall or anything.
Cool. With that, I believe we will send it to Victory Lane with Scotty Brown downtown with Justin Bland.
Justin Bland, congrats on the big push here tonight for the win. Unfortunately, finishing under caution. But, man, definitely a hell of a race out there from all of you guys. Tell us what was going through your mind here tonight, knowing that it was Talladega.
First and foremost, I love super speedways. Whenever I see us coming here, I always try to make room to try to show up for them. And it was a fun race tonight. We had not only a couple cautions, not too bad, and then there at the end, it was probably one of the hardest races I've had at Talladega. We were pushing, and it was just a lot of fun. Want to thank Steven and Scott, and yes, those two guys, they pushed me a lot. They were really clean for me at the end. Especially had to throw a couple blocks there, which I hate doing, but it's all kind of part of it here at Super Speedways, and they raced me really clean, so I do appreciate that.
Awesome. Tyler Pluff is in the chat congratulating you as well. Is there anybody you'd like to thank out there tonight?
First and foremost, I want to thank the league. I mean, you guys put these awesome races on. We had a really good field tonight, 32 cars, and it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of good racing, a lot of green flag, just a lot of hard racing. We were 3 wide like the first 5 laps of the race, so it was pretty cool seeing us be able to run 3 wide and be able to hold it and not wreck each other. So I had a lot of fun tonight.
Awesome. Congratulations again. It's weird to say, but I do believe nobody in the top 10 was a Chase contender.
That's crazy. It's kind of fun to break up the Chase game over here. It's come from the Cup side. Got to get a little practice come Wednesday, because it's going to be a long race with the Cup cars. You're not a lot of passing. It's going to be a lot of single file. That's another reason I like the trucks. You actually can race out here. So get a little practice come Wednesday. But it was a lot of fun. The Cup guy or the truck guys, I know they're racing for points, but they race me really clean too. So I appreciate those guys running me.
Awesome. You guys got anything for him before we sign out?
No. Go ahead, James.
I'm good. I have nothing.
Congratulations, Justin. Great race.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Showed a lot of patience, man. Nicely done.
Thanks, y'all. I appreciate that.
Well, with that said, we are looking at your current round of 6. Going into Martinsville, we have the 31 of Douglas Hess, the 37 of Andrew Melvin, the 76 of Justin Michael, 72 of Jason O'Connor, the 83 of Will Proulx, and the 6 of Josh Sheets. Who will win the final race or make it through from Martinsville, Texas, and Phoenix? Stay tuned here on the Yeah Broadcasting Network. We will be off a week in the trucks, but we'll be back here tomorrow night for the Beeline Sim Series at Charlotte. I hope you guys stay tuned, and I hope you guys all have a great night. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, Scotty. Thanks, James.
Yeah.